is happening?
Hello there.
Good evening, and well, this is Sonic Advance. I was about to say welcome to Sonic Advance. Whatever. This is Sonic Advance. Let's roll the intro for the game.
So tasty!
So yeah, um, this is gonna be a normal Sonic playthrough. I've been over the past few weeks playing through the game, so I can actually get a complete save file because apparently getting one online is too easy for me.
Hello there.
But yeah. Yeah, welcoming everyone, and I hope everyone's having a good day. Obviously, Ben, obviously you were playing Xenoblade earlier. some heavy stuff in the store, well, in the side quests today. It's definitely going to be much lighter. It's a very simple opening, basically a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm very nostalgic for it. And yeah. Oh. So yeah, you have 4 characters, but we're just going to be playing as Sonic because there's a true final boss, you can only play as Sonic. Heavy booty with Triton. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be playing as Sonic, although not just Sonic, there is a cheat code to have Tails follow you like in the old games. So you press up, right, down, right, L, right, R, right, and then A on the character select screen. You get Tails following you. And he like exactly duplicates the button inputs. So if you mash A, you can get him to fly. It doesn't help much, but hey, it's there. So yeah, this is Sonic Advance. It's Sonic, but on the Game Boy Advance. That's about all you really need to know. It's not the most complex game in the world. The plot of the game is basically Sonic 1's plot. But for quite some time, it kind of did hold a reputation of kind of like being the true Sonic 4 by some people, by being the only game past the classics to play with the classic controls, sort of classic physics and stuff, until like Sonic Mania came along. Yeah, Sonic Advance was a fairly early Sonic game for me. relatively early into owning my DS Lite. I got Sonic Advance and Sonic Pinball Party combo pack. So yeah, I've played this a lot over the years. Ouch. Can I get it back up there? Probably not. Yeah. So yeah, this is a completed save file, although if I can, I do want to show off at least one special stage just to say I've showed it off. Ah. It's annoying to get to if you are on the lower route. Ah! That enemy is awkward to reach. But yeah, I got all the Chaos Emeralds in my own time because, honestly, getting through these special stages can be a bit annoying. Because they tried to do 3D in the very early days of the GBA. Judging the perspective on these is very difficult. And yeah, I'm playing this really obscure game called Crash Bandicoot. It's really indie, really obscure. I just want to give it some more exposure, you know, just let more people know about it. Yeah, the only reason I know where to position myself to get these rings is years of practice and muscle memory. The depth perception here is something else. Oh, wrong button. Why is he skydiving with a snowboard? Why not? is my answer. Oh, I missed some of those rings because the depth perception's awkward. Special stage is also useful for getting continues as well. I mean, granted, it's a game with a save feature. Oh. You love this game as much as you love getting in big vans. Indeed. You gotta love getting in the big van. But yeah, I've got all the emeralds beforehand. Now, the Sonic Advance series kind of has a reputation of Chaos Emeralds being an absolute pain. Advanced one's the least painful, because all you gotta do is find the large spring. And once you know where it is, obviously you just know where it is. Yeah, it's Advance 2 and 3 that really make it horrible. Mainly Advance 2. But we're not here to complain about Chaos Emeralds in Advance 2. We're here to play Sonic Advance 1. And I always like that transition between levels, where the UI element would like sort of persist and move over to the next level. It's a very simple touch, but I like it. Ah! That's something that happens a lot in this game. Enemy placement is certainly something. Doesn't see. That's how they meant to do that. So I've gotten all the emeralds in Advance 1 and 3. For 3 it took quite some time, because it is quite hard to get all the emeralds in 3, because it's a lot of work and the special stages themselves are quite hard. But yeah, Advance 2... I'm probably not gonna die to the boss, but just in case. Also, yeah, Sonic Advance gives each characters like new moves. Sonic has this kind of useless somersault. They're all mostly kind of useless, these moves on the B button, because they slow you down. But a more useful move for Sonic is an air dash that you get by double tapping forwards on double tapping a direction on the D-pad. It can really help you gain speed. It's actually quite useful. I can never do it properly as a kid, but. Alright, boss fight time. A lot of the bosses are kind of just... I just overuse the rings. Because honestly, some of these I don't really know how to do them without getting hit. Just lean on the rings, and you'll do fine. You managed to turn on some sort of NSFW filter on. Doesn't even be appropriate. Alright, so that's Neo Green Hill though. That's basically just Green Hill. But now we've got Secret Base. I would imagine this spotlight effect would look a lot more striking on an original GBA screen where you can't see the screen because it's so dark. But hey, we're playing on not a GBA screen. But yeah, one of the things I think, you know, obviously that I and a lot of people like about Sonic Advance is it's a very basic Sonic game. It's light on like gimmicks and stuff. It just presents itself just, you know, as a nice standard Sonic game. You know, there's not really much that gets in the way of things. It can just focus on being a nice standard Sonic game that you can just play through without any real hurdles or problematic elements getting in the way. And the controls are like pretty almost one-to-one with the Mega Drive games, which, you know, in 2001 kind of wouldn't think much to it. But given stuff like Sonic 4 and Sonic Forces Classic Sonic kind of became a like almost a selling point to going back to Sonic Advance in the later years, until like Mania came out. Because this game does not have much in originality. Like, its level tropes are fairly standard for the most part. This is called Secret Base Zone, but it's basically just like standard Sonic factory kind of level. Do you mind? I'm skipping all the checkpoints accidentally. I'm not meaning to. Trampolines. Well, one thing I will say about all the advanced games, especially the later ones, but it still applies to this one, the sprite work is absolutely great. Like, everyone's animated really nice and smooth, with quite a bit of detail, especially for like an early GBA game. Oh, I went so fast that it went through the checkpoint without colliding with it. Advance 2 and especially 3 though would definitely sort of improve on the animation even more. A lot of great animations and sprite work in Sonic Advance 3 in particular, especially in regards to all the team up stuff. Ah. There we go. I can never do that boss without getting hit. Yeah, there's a reason why like the Sonic Advance sprites were always the ones used in like mid-2000s like Sonic webcomics and like those like Sonic Scene Creator Flash games. Like it was either the Mega Drive sprites because classic or the Advance sprites. Like fan comics and animations very often use the Advanced sprites. Nope. Alright, so the standard casino level with pinball and whatnot stuff. I actually can't remember what the level's called. I didn't check because it's very basic casino style level in Sonic. Although I say Sonic Advance doesn't have much originality, but I will give the Advance series in general a lot of credit for actually being an original series of games on the Game Boy Advance. You know, a lot of 2D platforms and stuff on the Advance were ports and remakes. No original Mario games. The Mario Advance series is all ports. All the Donkey Kong Country games were ports. You know. But with Sonic, they resisted the urge to make ports right up until the very end. You know, with the entirely original Advance series, and spin-offs like with Pinball Party and Battle. There's a one up there. I want that. I mean, I'm probably not. Oh, never mind. Well, I'm probably not going to need it, but hey. What if I needed it? Am I going to doing the advanced version of Sonic 1? Technically, on like one of my very early 2020 streams or like 2021 streams, I did load it up just because like I'd finished whatever I was streaming before it. It was either on like one of my testing streams or like on the Hotel Mario stream. And one time years ago when I was, trying to do YouTube stuff, I made April Fool's. I was started a playthrough that I never finished of Sonic Genesis for April Fool's. But yeah, it's fine. We don't have to talk about that port. It only came out in America. We don't have to worry. I can say I have every Sonic game that released on the GBA in this region. I mean, okay, technically I don't have the standalone versions of Pinball Party, Advance 1 or Battle. I have all those on like 2-in-1 carts, but like, whatever. I think technically the like 2-in-1 combo cart versions of Sonic Advance are kind of better than the original because they fix a bug with the tiny Chow Garden. Oh. Alright, boss time. This boss used to always used to give me trouble as a kid when I was used to be very like conservative as to when I would actually try and hit it, because I was trying to avoid like losing all my rings. Oh. I think this is as far as you got. It's faster as it goes along as well, which is not helpful. My reaction times in this boss are not good. Oh, stop it. Give me a pattern I can get you easily. Oh, that could have got you there. Oh. There we go. Sonic does have his Insta-Shield move from Sonic 3, but it doesn't give him the split second of invincibility that gives you in Sonic 3. It just gives you a little extra range, so it's like massively nerfed. On to Ice Mountain. Again, very generic level name. In a way, the location sort of half returns in Team Sonic Racing. There is a racetrack called Ice Mountain, but it has nothing to do with this level. And Ice Mountain's also kind of a special case, in that all the other zones in the game house one Chaos Emerald each. So, like Neo Green Hill, it's in Act 1, Secret Base, it's in Act 2, I think. you know, I know Angel Island is in Act 2 later on. But Ice Mountain has a special spring in both acts, because there are 6 zones in the game and 7 Chaos Emeralds, so they had to double up somewhere. They chose to double up in this level. Maybe trying to stay as high up as possible, because as well as being a snow level, this is also the water level. So if I stick up high, that means I avoid most of the water as much as I can. I think it does eventually dump you in the water regardless of whether you want to or not though. So, yeah, there we go. Oh! That always gets me.
Gee, Ice Mountain, why does Sega let you have 2 emeralds?
Oh. Oh, I'm gonna drown. Alright, there should be, yeah, bubbles. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the drowning theme's much less, stress-inducing in advance than it is in the Mega Drive games. It's a lot weaker sounding. Yeah, see, exactly. Proving my point here. Surely hypothermia would be an issue as well. It's a video game, but that's my answer to that. I get the 1 up, because I definitely need it. And that's Act 1 done. On to Act 2. Maybe Sonic Boom is a split timeline where his arms went blue from hypothermia as he caught here. I mean, technically, even as early as Sonic 3, Ice Cap Zone does have some water in it. In fact, I think Ice Cap in Sonic Adventure has a little bit of water in it. Well, I technically it also has water for the big section. Yeah, Sonic survive. Yeah, Sonic can survive just fine in the vacuum of space. And in fact, we'll be going to space later. So. Get the checkpoint, so I know what will happen if I don't. I'll die in a really stupid way. Right, yep. I think we're getting close to the boss, yeah. Now this boss always, this boss gave me trouble for so long as a kid. It took me a very long time to get past this level because of this boss. Because, yeah, you're stuck underwater and you gotta climb up the icicles that he knocks down. But if you're playing as Tails, or you have Tails with you as Sonic, you can cheese it. Because when Tails is flying, he damages Eggman. You do need to go up for air every now and then, though. Oh, well, not what I intended to do, but hey, I got the intended result. So yeah, because you can make Tails fly by mashing the jump button, because he duplicates your inputs exactly, you can cheese this boss as Sonic as well. Yeah. Right, okay, let's go up for air. Oh, just about. On Tails. Get the last couple of hits in. I haven't been counting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'd say out of all 4 characters, Sonic probably has the hardest time with this boss out of everyone, because Tails can fly. Amy's completely different playstyle, gives her higher jumps, so you can just reach Eggman really easily with your hammer. Because you get higher jump, you can get higher jumps, and you have a much larger attack range. And yeah. And Knuckles like has a like he can tread water, which is like odd. Not many other Sonic games let you do that. Also, we are into the back half of the game, and it's been like half an hour of not even half an hour of stream. So if I finish this game really quickly, I don't know, I might do another. Maybe I'll play it through again as a different character. I forgot just how short the game is. I mean, I know it's short because I played it so much, but I forgot just how short it is. Ouch. I guess it depends on how much time the latter sort of stuff takes, though, because some of the bosses later on are a bit tricky. Ah! Oh, let me up. There we go. Also, yeah, this is Angel Island Zone. I think it is meant to be the same, obviously the same Angel Island as in Sonic 3 and Sonic Adventure. Like, it is meant to be set somewhere on Angel Island. I don't know where. I mean, it's kind of superficially similar-ish to Sky Sanctuary, in that it's like ruins fairly high up in the sky. Although, Sky Sanctuary did kind of mostly fall to pieces during the events of Sonic 3. Don't want to go back. Keep going forwards. Oh. It's good that there's no like bonus for like keeping hold of lots of rings or something. Right, Angel Island. Oh, Angel Island Act 2. Right. So Sonic Advance is the first Sonic game made properly made by Dimps, who are going to make the rest of the Advance series, the Rush games, Sonic 4, and the 3DS versions of Sonic Generations and Sonic Lost World. Now, one thing that Dimps is kind of known for in the Sonic community is certain level design choices, such as a love for bottomless pits to add challenge. Now, the rest is like Sonic Advance. It kind of doesn't start popping up until about this level here. Although there are a few annoying pits in Ice Mountain as well. But yeah, this below here is a pit, and it killed me a lot as a child. Ow. Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Rush are kind of like the worst for bottomless pits, I would say. Yeah. Although this is the first game technically made by the studio Dimps, many of the staff that went to create the studio to create Dimps were ex-SNK staff who worked on Sonic Pocket Adventure. So I think for a lot of the staff here, this wasn't their first go at a Sonic game. So it probably explains the quality. I think there's some shared stuff anyway. I know that Dimps was founded by ex-SNK staffers, and pretty sure some of those XSNK stuff is worked on Pocket Adventure on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Oh, below me here is a pit. Where's the thing? There. Yeah, that section there is also very easy to fall in the pit and die. Tails. Tails. Give that back. Oh. I want to go this higher route because it avoids pits. There's some pretty nasty pits down that bit.
I'm the player character now, Sonic. Miles Tails Prouder.
I'll time your jump off of that so you don't land directly on the spikes, and I still landed on them anyway. Oh. No. I don't recognise this bit of the level. I don't often go that way. It's fine. I'm very familiar with taking the top route there though, because it leads to the Chaos Emerald. It was one of the first special rings that I ever found. So like the 5th Emerald wound up being one of the first ones I got. But I think it's time for another boss fight. And it's a one-off Robotic Knuckles. Which is kind of pink coloured. Oh. So kind of referencing the Sonic vs Knuckles fight in Sonic 3. But kind of amped up. Also, it's possible, I don't know if it is, but it's possible that the pink colour scheme of the Knuckles at first is a reference to how the Knuckles in the cutscenes in Sonic 3 was kind of pink hued compared to the actual player Knuckles sprite. I don't know whether that is, or whether it's just like a interesting coincidence. I say interesting, it's only interesting if you completely know life of the Sonic series, like I have. But we're on to the final zone of the game, and really, this game is shorter than I remember it being. It's not only 35 minutes in. I probably had about 5 minutes at the start of stream. But this is Egg Rocket Zone, probably my favourite piece of music in the game as well. And it has a bit of a unique gimmick. So most Sonic levels, in like classic games, have a time limit of 10 minutes, but you can turn that off in this game. Egg Rocket, however, is divided into a few sections, and each section has a time limit of 5 minutes. Because, yeah, well, as the level name suggests, you're sort of in like a rocket that Eggman's made, and it is blasting off. It is heading into space, as you can see by the clouds scrolling rapidly downwards. So you're basically gonna make it higher and higher through the stage, and yeah, before the section of the rocket you're in detaches from the rest of the rocket and leaves you behind. The time limit is like, it's not something I actually ever noticed as a kid, but I think it's a pretty cool gimmick. It's a very vertically oriented stage. A lot of people don't like this level because there's a lot of cheap like hits and stuff, but I don't know, I kind of like the challenge and the aesthetic, and I love the music. It's probably my favourite track in the game. And I don't know, I kind of like vertical platforming levels. There's just something about it. Like, yeah, there's something about like just the concept of like just climbing higher and higher in a platforming stage that just, I don't know, I like it. Oh. I can skip a little section here. There we go. There's like a couple of loops to go through there, but like, you can skip it. So yeah, instead of normal checkpoints, yeah, you get to a certain point in the level, the bit of the rocket breaks off behind you, and you start with a new fresh time limit. Well, I suppose, yeah, depending on the feel of the control. Because otherwise, going by that logic, I would really like Ice Climber, but no. Ice Climber does not control well in a, to be honest, even in a post-Super Mario Bros. World. Ice Climber doesn't control well. You know, that's entirely vertical platforming. It's also vertical platforming where your jumps are awful. I don't think it's a particularly hot take to say that Ice Climber's controls haven't aged well, though. That's a pretty lukewarm take. But obviously, if we're going on like saying liking it based on the feel of the physics, then you know, that kind of goes without saying for this game, given that the control feel is pretty much spot on to the original Mega Drive games. Like, you interact with slopes as you'd expect to in the, you know, he interacts with slopes as you'd expect to from the Mega Drive games. He jumps as you'd expect him to. You know, rolls down slopes nicely. I feel like Ice Climber is remembered both by Smash players and like probably like die-hard like NES fans who like got it back in like 1985, 1986, or you know, Famicom players who got it, or who got the Famicom early as well. But obviously, Ice Climber was a pre-Super Mario Bros. Famicom game. I presume 1984 because I know it was post Mario Bros. It was like between Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. So probably either late 83 or 1984. But yeah, for the final section though, we've made it to space. I always enjoyed this section. It is basically a, it's as good as Automated, but I don't know, I always thought it was cool.
Space.
And these levels have anti-gravity sections, much like Death Egg Zone and Sonic 3. Oh, we can experience what happens when you get invincibility and speed shoes. It goes crazy. So in the Mega Drive games, the speed up shoes like speed up the music by like a certain amount. Like it speeds up the music by like, I don't know, like maybe 10% or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know the exact amount. But Sonic Advance feels like the music doubles in speed when you get speed up shoes. And so it sounds just kind of funny, especially with the invincibility. Which actually, that is actually another point for Sonic Advance. Until Sonic Generations, not counting re-releases of Sonic 1 and 2, Sonic Advance would be the last time that the original, like the music from like the original Sonic theme from like Sonic 1 and 2 would show up in a Sonic game. Obviously, apart from like re-releases and whatnot. Yeah, because it shows up in the invincibility theme. A couple of tracks of Sonic 1 show up in a couple of the menus. And like, you know, they actually presumably had to license the music again and pay the composer his royalties, because that's how Sonic 1 and 2's music always ends up working. Because I think even still to this day, Sonic 1 and 2's music isn't owned by Sega, it's owned by the composer. But yeah, we made it to the final level. Now, even though this has technically a different level name, this is Cosmic Angel Zone. It's basically Egg Rocket Act 2. Like they're the same level, really. Like they're still Zone 6 Act 1 and 2. It's not two 1-act zones. So much for the top half. An extra 1-up, but I'm not going to complain about that. I will complain about that cheap drop into spikes, though. That was very cheap. Yeah, they really like their spikes in this level. Ah. Oh, cool, I made it to the top half of this section. Good. You say it's cheap, I'm sure it was expensive for Eggman to build. Alright, speaking of cheap and challenging, well I say cheap. Speaking of challenging, this boss took me so long to beat as a kid, and I think it's still challenging. It's still, like, I still find it challenging to this day. So you're on this kind of like weird bouncy floor, and you gotta like bounce on it near Eggman to flip him over so you can hit him. Tails can make it a bit harder than it's meant to be because he can hit Eggman before you do, because Eggman flips back over once you hit him. Now, sometimes I get like a really good run on this boss and I can get it done really easily. Sometimes I really struggle. We'll see how it goes today. Ah, Tails! Anyway, when he's down to his last few hits as well, once you do land a hit on him, he'll do like a fast sort of sweep of the chain, so to speak, like that. And it can be quite hard to dodge depending on where you are. What also doesn't help with this boss is that your rings don't collide with that floor. I think because it's an object rather than like a level sort of chunk, the rings just go straight through it. So if you get hit, it's quite hard to reclaim your rings. But hey, we got through it first time this time, so that's good. Right, X Zone, which consists of a boss rush of 2 first level bosses. Don't know what Eggman was thinking here. Obviously, if you've seen or played Sonic 1, you know this boss. And he uses the boss music from Sonic 1 as well, which is quite nice. And then we have the first boss from Sonic 2, again with its music, which is even easier than how it is in Sonic 2, because it only takes like 4 hits. That was already an easy boss in Sonic 2. Even like 6-year-old me found that boss in Sonic 2 easy, and 6-year-old me was awful at games. But you get to this point, and we got the final boss, well, kind of final boss, and he stops pulling his punches. This boss can be a bit troubling. He doesn't give you massive windows to attack him unless you really manipulate him. And it's, I think, completely random what attacks he does. Ow! I mean, I'll abuse the invincibility. We didn't really show the boss off because I'm a little trapped in the corner. But we actually didn't see all of his attacks. One of his other attacks is throwing, is like shooting a cannonball at you. Yeah, I kind of got caught in a really good way to abuse invincibility frames. But yeah, if you're playing as other characters or you don't have all the Chaos Emeralds, this is where the game ends. But we have the Chaos Emeralds, so here we go, Moon Zone. the true final boss of Sonic Advance. Right. So the head is the weak spot. Oh. Right, okay. B is the dash. And also, no rings spawn naturally. You have to destroy the capsules that he sends out to get rings. So, depending on how you play it, rings can be quite hard to come by. So this might take me a few tries. I'm very out of practice with this boss. It's not the most sort of most exciting of the Supersonic final bosses, but it's perfectly functional. Like I'd say sort of aesthetically and stuff, the way they raise the stakes in Advance 2 and 3 final bosses is definitely more impressive than Advance 1's. I really need rings. I think you gotta dash to be able to attack Eggman. I don't think it counts if you're not dashing. Thankfully, because you're supersonic, anything that hits you doesn't damage you, just sends you tumbling for a few seconds. Uh-oh. Nope. Oh, that was very close. That was very close. Nearly ran out of rings there. Well, that's Sonic Advance. Less than an hour. I genuinely thought that would take me longer. So, well, we'll let the credits roll. Well, and the ending. But we'll fill out the rest of the stream by playing through as another character, I think. It's a very GBA plain sound. Yeah, very basic ending. This game has about as much story as Sonic 2. I mean, in fact, these monochrome pictures in the endings, may well be a reference to Sonic 2. Congratulations! Thank you for playing. So yeah, that is Sonic Advance. That is very short. I do love this game though. I mean, it being short is a good thing, in my opinion. It makes it very replayable. Haven't got much time to play a Sonic game. Well, I can put this one in. I know I'll have a good time. Gotta complete the game first. Yeah, I mean, it's all, it was an early GBA game, like 2001 or 2002. I think it might have been December 01 or something. It came out around the same time as Adventure 2 Battle, I believe. Yeah, it's a very early Game Boy Advance game. Oh yeah. December 2001 in Japan. And then February and March 2002 everywhere else. So yeah, one of the earliest one of the earliest games for the Advance, I would say, as far as I'm aware. Probably one of the first big titles to come after launch. Because obviously you got the launch titles, but yeah. And Sega would kind of continue this trend with the next, I guess next couple of Nintendo handhelds, providing a Sonic game close-ish to launch. Because Sonic Rush will come out in 2005, with the DS launching in 2004, and Sonic Rush, again, was one of the first big third-party games for the DS. So I feel like it got quite a bit of quite a bit of exposure because of that, and you know, because I think Rush sold quite well. Don't know about Advance. I presume Advance sold fairly well. I mean, Sonic Advance also was the first original Sonic game for a Nintendo platform. You know, this game kind of simultaneously says, you know, pays tribute to an era, you know, to the sort of the end of an era, but also ushered in a new era of original Sonic games for Nintendo platforms. Obviously, let's say, like, you know, launched at the same, well, similar time to Adventure 2 Battle, but that was a port. You know, that wasn't an original game for the GameCube. I'm gonna skip the intro. So yeah, I think for the second playthrough, we'll play as Amy, because she plays a lot differently to everyone else. Tails and Knuckles play as you'd expect them to, like in the classic games. Tails has flight, Knuckles has gliding and climbing. But Amy plays very differently to everyone else. She doesn't roll into a ball when she jumps, so she can't attack enemies unless you press B to swing her hammer. And she gets quite a few unique moves. She has, you can use her hammer on the ground, obviously use it in the air. She's got a high jump, which means she can't attack. She has that move for attacking downwards. And she also, to help her move from a standstill, she also has like, I think it's called the Quick Step in the manual, which you can follow up with B to like do that head slide move. So yeah, she plays quite differently from everyone else and basically acts as the game's hard mode. Because you know, you have to put in more effort to attacking enemies. But she does have her own benefits as well. She has a much larger attack range due to her hammer. And with her hammer, she can get massive airtime from springs. Like, she can launch herself really high with springs. So yeah, that's how far the spring normally takes me. But if I manage to hit it with the hammer, yeah, takes me quite a bit further. Oh, and she can't roll as well. If you press down, she'll just duck like that and come to a halt. So yeah, you kind of have to take a different approach when you're playing as Amy. You know, almost like in Sonic 1 where the spin dash didn't exist yet. So yeah, you often had to use momentum to your advantage. But yeah. Amy does show up in the rest of the Advance series, although in Advance 2 is probably her like least interesting sort of iteration. Because I think to get Amy in Advance 2, I think you have to get the Chaos Emeralds as every single character. Like I think she's like one of the last unlockables, and she doesn't even retain her unique playstyle because this wouldn't work in Advance 2, where it's all about speed. So she's basically just a Sonic skin in Advance 2, from what I know. So yeah, it's much less interesting than her playstyle here. Advance 3 does give her back her Advance 1-isms though. And when you pair her up with anyone, it makes them take on her Advance 1-isms. And yeah, I'd like to see Amy playable in more games. I feel like the, you know, recent sort of classic Sonic stuff has, there's been a start to that, being playable in Sonic Origins Plus and Sonic Superstars. She has a completely different playstyle in those games, although I would say it probably does give her it does kind of work a little bit better in terms of flowing with the classic Sonic gameplay, because this basically changes up the game significantly. Yeah, she plays quite differently in Sonic Origins and Sonic Superstars. But I would posit that her moveset was made for Superstars first, and then backported to Origins Plus. It's kind of funny because like her attributes in Origins Plus and Sonic Superstars almost make her the easy mode. Like, so they almost make her the easy character, especially in Superstars where she has a double jump, which is like the complete opposite of how she is in this game. No, that didn't get me in much speed at all. I really didn't need that extra airtime, did I? Oh, I can't get up there now. Ah! Oh yeah. This level has a couple of lava pools in it for some reason. I don't know whether they're meant to be lava or what, but it's kind of what they look like. Oh yeah, Amy doesn't need to use the crane there, she just high jump. There we go. Yeah, I mean the game doesn't really change when you play as the other characters, you just get their movesets, and it's kind of up to you to change the way you play. Like, there's nothing like the alternate Knuckles routes in Sonic Event in like Sonic 3. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same game as usual. Ah! I hate those corridors with those enemies. Ow. There we go. Rings and checkpoint. Thank you. I don't think the hammer affects these trampolines though. Ow. Actually, I wonder. I don't think I can reach that from here. I can reach it from there though. Nice. It can be quite hard to carry speed into the high jump because you had to press down and jump. Or down and hammer even. So it can be quite hard to carry any amount of speed into the jump. But hey, it is usually possible. Well, not usually, it's sometimes possible to carry a little bit of speed into it, but not much. Alright, we'll actually need the 1-ups as Amy. I think I died a single time as Sonic, but I've already died once as Amy, so... There we go. I did that without getting hit. Wow, nice. Don't quite know how I managed that, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Also, I love standing underneath where the capsule's gonna fall, so I can get hit by it. I always love doing that. Let's see if I can take the high route here. Because I didn't before. The answer is no. Let's go left. Oh. Can I still go left? Yes. I think I went down before that time, so on that bit, so let's go to the right here. Oh! Oh! Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did go right before. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to attempt to take some different routes this time, but it all depends on what I can actually reach. Oh. That didn't lead me anywhere. There's so much muscle memory for playing as Sonic in this game. I keep like double tapping forwards to try and do the air dash. It's not gonna work. There we go. Oh. Nope. Okay, I guess I'll go that way. Wait. Yes, I can just reach up like that. Nice. Don't have to try and bounce off the bumper. Oh, come on, I should be able to, like, use the hammer. There we go. Guess I'm not going that way. No, let me throw. Alright. I can't remember if the boss of this level is made easier or harder by Amy's moveset. Because like bosses can go either way. They can either be like much harder or like significantly easier. Can't remember how it goes for this one. Well, that's 3 hits in already. Ouch. Oh, wrong. There we go. Only thing with hammer is it has a wind-up time. I can't hit him when he's doing that, but there we go. Like when he's going across to the bottom. I can't hit him and the invincibility frames me doesn't hit me, but still. I'm bad at reacting to that. Oh yeah, I forgot the hammer attack presses the button as well. So he's just jumping on the button though. Oh. Wanted to try and demonstrate something that I messed up. Oh well. I'll probably get a chance at some point. Oh. Oh. Could they have come up with a less creative name than Ice Mountain? No, I don't think they could have. Like I was saying earlier, Team Sonic Racing also has a race course called Ice Mountain, but I don't think they were referencing this level because like it has the race course has nothing to do with this level. So I think Team Sonic Racing was also just being very generic and having a level called Ice Mountain. Oh. Thank you, Sonic Advance. That's not the kind of death I'd associate with the Retro Engine games. But thinking about it, I suppose Amy's hammer actually does give her a unique advantage in that she can attack from situations where other characters necessarily can't. Like if she's like been launched by a spring or has run off a slope without being in a ball, she can still attack because she's got her hammer. So that does actually give her another advantage thinking about it. Oh! Spikes. I mean, although it says level names, I think nothing beats the classic Sonic levels in Sonic Forces, where the Sonic Forces on the title cards for the levels, they tend to sort of be formatted in like a way where it's like place name and then the level name. Maybe like City, Sunset Heights, or like Green Hill, Lost Valley. Apart from the classic Sonic ones where it's like, for returning locations, where it's Green Hill, or Chemical Plant, Chemical Plant. It's like, really? What's more egregious with that is that the soundtrack has actual names for those tracks. Like Classic Sonic's Green Hill track is called Faded Hills. Classic Sonic's Chemical Plant track is called Chemical Flow. It's like, why were those not the level names? No, instead it had to be Green Hill, Green Hill. Massive airtime. Springs. Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah. Well, I think we're nearly at the end again. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, Amy should have a much easier time in this than Sonic did, given that she can jump high enough to breathe on her own, and she can just reach Eggman without having to use the icicles. So despite being the hard mode technically, Amy has probably the easiest time with this boss apart from maybe Tails. I'd say Tails probably has the easiest time with this because flight, but I'd say Amy probably has the second easiest time. Because Knuckles can have an easy time with that boss with his water treading ability, but if you manage to fall down to the bottom of the water, you do have to jump your way back up, as Sonic would have to. Right, on to Angel Island. Oh. Angel Island has a really weird and pointless diversion at the start that gets you a shield if you don't mess up, and then just dumps you right back at the start. Not quite sure what they were thinking with that. How long will I keep this shield for? Probably not very long. Can't remember what's this way. Oh, there goes my shield. Just a different route to that area, I suppose. I didn't get the invincibility, but to be honest, if I'd tried going back for it, I would absolutely have got hit by the Buzz Bomber or something. Well, it's probably not a Buzz Bomber, but it basically is. Ooh, managed to avoid that somehow. Again, somehow managed to avoid that. So close to 100 rings, and get another one up if I manage to not get hit. Oh. Hold on, I don't even need to do that platforming section, do I? No, I don't. Just do that. Oh, I can do that. I can do the high jumper. Not that I really needed to there, but hey. Hey. Shield, nice. Is there? Not there. Try to remember where the was. Oh, it might be here. Oh yeah, so yeah. You might have noticed I did 1 or 2 times do some rail grinding as Sonic. Not all characters in the game can rail grind. Only the hedgehogs. Only Sonic and Amy can. Not quite sure why, but yeah. For whatever reason, Sonic and Amy are the only ones who are able to rail grind. And you're meant to be able to like do some sort of, well, Sonic at least, I don't know about Amy, but you're meant to be able to do some sort of like fancy jump at the end of a rail. Grinding is only taught at Hedgehog School. Well, they must have expanded the curriculum by the time of Advanced 2 and 3, because by Advanced 2 and 3 everyone can grind rails. Rails in Advanced 1 are awkward. You have to like get on them very precisely at like the top of them. And yeah, it's very awkward overall. Going to make a joke about Tails and Knuckles not wearing the right shoes, but Amy does it her own way. Yeah. Oh. I mean, obviously that's presumably the justification in Adventure 2. That only Sonic and Shadow's shoes are shaped that way. I mean, obviously the other characters don't encounter grind rails in their levels, but you know what I mean. Oh! And that's, yeah, the classic Dimp's Bottomless Pit. Ow. Right. Hope this goes okay. Yep, there we go. Pikmin Bloom just notified me of how little steps I've taken today. Guess I'm going this way. But I think they both lead here anyway, so whatever. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can stick on the top path this time. Nearly didn't. So yeah, up here is another special stage spring. This is probably the first one I ever found, or one of the first ones I ever found. So I got greeted with the 5th special stage out of 7 as one of my first ones that I found on my own. And yeah, when you compare it difficulty-wise to the first one, yeah, it's a bit of a step up. Oh. Yeah, for the later ones, you got no special tricks like, well, for one thing, the trick button, which is B, and like going through, like, if you hold the A button to speed up, you can get through certain clusters of bombs without getting hit to get rings that are inside them. tricking through those like glowing circles to get rings. As ever with these kinds of special stages, it's a lot of memorization. Get the Chow, pick up a Chow and you get a continue, basically. So I remember back when I was a kid, like, and obviously struggling through like later bosses and stuff, I would go in, I would like find a point where like, well, if I was farming for Chaos Emeralds as well, but yeah, I'd like find a point where it's like I can get a special stage and like get a 1-up near it, so I can like have lots of retries at the special stage. Well, no, I go from the start of the game to build up lives so I could retry the special stage a lot. Because I build up lives and continues from retrying the special stages to like help out with later bosses or to give me lots of retries at special stages. Because once you enter the special stage, the spring doesn't take you back to the special stage unless you die and restart from a checkpoint. I'm gonna jump on it now. It just acts as a spring. So if you want another try without restarting the whole game or like reloading your save, you have to die and go back to a checkpoint. And often I used to be able to get past the first section fairly easily in the special stage, but not the second. Maybe the second one I'd be retrying a lot. So, and the Chow to get the continue is usually in the second section. So I would very often, yeah, a lot of dying and retrying. Amy really made that boss trivial, didn't she? Wow. Well, onwards to Egg Rocket, I suppose. Now, Egg Rocket can have a few problematic sections as Amy, where it wants you to get up like slopes with not much room to build up momentum. And I reckon that's why they gave Amy the like quick step move, to give her a bit of a, you know, way to build up a bit of momentum in a small space. Ooh, come on. Now actually, if you're playing as Tails, you can skip this whole bottom section, because you can just fly up. It's like skip a whole section. But I don't believe that works as any other character. Or maybe Knuckles can climb some walls somewhere, but... Hold on, I can get to this alternate route with Amy. There we go. Not that it does much, but hey. Oh, that did though. That skipped something. Nice. Oh, that just led me to an enemy. Ah, if I do this right. Oh. There we go. Just try not to get blocked by the, well, block. Right, up there is a route that Tails and Knuckles can get to, but Sonic and Amy are not able to get up there. This is technically a shortcut as well. Pretty much everyone can go this way, even Sonic. That's the way I went earlier. Now with that section, I find it's imperative that you like hug left here, and you don't hit the spring that's up there. Because if you hit the spring that's on that spring there, if you hit that spring, you end up on the lower route. Where, yeah, it's all bottomless pits under there, so yeah, you don't want to be going that way, really. What is even over here? Ah, invincibility. Actually, invincibility is gonna be quite helpful for this section. I can probably do this without that platform. Oh, maybe not. I think I left there. Experience has taught me that. Oh. Oh. Should we hit that on there? Yeah. Oh. Right. Final section. Not looking forward to the boss of Cosmic Angel. I recalled having a bit of trouble with it when I was working through the save files before. Like the other week. Oh, I can skip a bit of the level. Ouch. Yeah! This section, yeah. If you don't know how to take advantage of, like, Amy's quick step or whatever it's called, that slope is quite awkward to get up. Oh! Hold on now. There's something about this level that the emulator doesn't like. It's glitching up real bad. I think I've got to do it the physicsy way. Come on. Oh. I think it's using this gives you so much speed that I can't jump properly there. Because it just gives you so much speed that I just go into the spring. There we go. Oh. There we go. I think this... Do I even need to use the springs here? Yes, I do. That's fine. It's a bit of a weird ending, this act. Just kind of like jumping into that. It's weird. I don't quite understand that. Right. Not looking forward to the boss here, to be honest. Not so much for the top path. Or is it? Ah. Can get back up if you fall down. See, that would have been good to know when I was like 12, trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds. Oh, that feels precision placed to hit you. This is always a bit of a case of threading the needle there. Alright, managing to stay on this path nets you the way to another special stage. Actually, you know what? I will do it just to show off how it what it expects of you with the final special stage, and also potentially a chance of getting another continue just in case I die a lot to the upcoming boss. This is somewhat fresh in my memory, so I'm gonna speed up and then do a trick. Oh, to get that. With these kinds of special stages of like getting rings, it always pays to try and get as much as you can in the first section to help you out in the second. They ask you to do it twice, I forgot about that. If I remember right, you're pretty much forced to do at least some of those like trick things to stand a chance of having enough rings. I'm not sure if there are enough without doing it. There might be. Oh, there we go. I managed to not mess up at all there. Well, I've got plenty of continues. I think I've got like 4 continues or something. Oh, that's cheap. That's mean. That is mean. That is mean. Come on. Oh, that was my fault. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're good. Ah. Okay. That's mean. I'm gonna show off the bottom route here. More anti-grav. Lots of rings. But also a blind fall onto spikes, and another one. And then we're nearly at the boss. I find that Amy does have a harder time at this boss than everyone else. I was doing the hammer thing. Why did it not work? There we go. Oh, why did it not count? Was I like not? Was I pressing it too late? Ah. No! Oh, my ring. Alright. This is probably a failed run. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. Am I pressing it too late? Let's go the upper route this time. Yeah, I do find this quite a bit harder as Amy, this boss. Alright, maybe I just gotta press the button much earlier than I think. Kind of boxed myself in there, didn't I? Ooh, threaded the needle a bit there. Right. Ow! I thought he'd start moving quicker that way. Should I have one or two more hits? There we go. Second try. Almost as good as first try. Where did that water drip? Oh, partly on my phone. Whoops. I should really try and avoid getting my phone wet. The water resistance is technically compromised since I opened it up. I mean, it's still going to have some water resistance because it did come with replacement adhesive, but you know, it doesn't have that factory sort of fit. There we go. Right, time for Amy to fight this boss. Oh. There's a slightly more awkward time of it than Sonic does. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Managed to finish off one boss with the head bash. Right, we might actually see the final boss in its entirety this time. Unlike with Sonic, where I kind of got backed into a corner and was able to cheese it. Ooh. So yeah, basically a roulette of options. Now that hand, if it catches you, is very deadly because it he takes you across the screen and shakes all your rings out of you. And by the time he lets go of you, your rings have most likely despawned. So the hand is quite deadly. Oh, well, there goes my ring. It's time to engage in cheese tactics. You stay ducked at the corner there. It's easy to avoid most of his attacks, and you can still just about see what he's doing. Yeah, because that laser you can avoid by ducking, and if you're at the far end of the screen, it gives you more time to react to the cannonballs in the hand. This is how I had to beat the boss as a kid, and yeah, if I'm left with no rings, I will still resort to it. It's a lot slower. But yeah, doing this method, your only options to attack are during the hand attack and when he moves across the screen. There we go. And that's basically the ending if you don't have the Chaos Emeralds as Sonic as well. It's basically just Sonic 2's ending. Fall from the sky, and then you get caught on the plane. And, yeah. And it's told with a few still pictures, and some flickies follow you. It is basically Sonic 2's ending. Like, the game's story is basically Sonic 1's story. Eggman's turning animals into robots, go stop him. But yeah, the ending sequence is basically Sonic 2. So yeah, that's Sonic Advance again. Yes, well, I did just play through the same game twice in one stream. I do think Amy plays differently enough to warrant it. I mean, I think all 4 characters, they are good inclusions. They play differently enough to sort of have as like sort of a thing. Because I think you do have to, as well as getting all the Chaos Emeralds, I'm pretty sure you do have to beat the game as all 4 characters in order to unlock Super Sonic's boss fight at the end. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But yeah. Yes, Amy definitely plays a little differently. She is the hard mode. She's not my favourite character to play as. I do prefer playing as Sonic, but I know some people do think Amy is the most interesting character to play as in Advance, partly because of being harder to play, like being more difficult, and just having, you have to put a bit more sort of thought into your playthrough, like in how you play. But yeah, that is Sonic Advance twice. As I've been saying throughout the whole thing, I do really like this game. It's a small game, it's a fairly simple game. Like, there's not much, like, to it really. It's just a basic, simple Sonic game, but I think that's the strength of the game, I think. It's basic, but it just works. It works really nicely. There's nothing really particularly wrong with it. And I think that's just what makes it like what it is. I am obviously nostalgically biased towards it. It was one of my earlier Sonic games. I think I did play it, like I did get it after getting playing Sonic 2 on Mega Drive and the Mega Collection on PS2 and Rush and Adventure DX. Like, I'm pretty sure I did have it after those, but it's still a relatively early-ish game that I had. And I'm pretty sure this game is one of the major reasons as to why the A button on my DS Lite is really loose and weak feeling. Because I played as Tails a lot as a kid. Because as a kid, Tails was my favourite character. So I play as Tails a lot. And I did a lot of flying as Tails. So yeah. Yeah, you go into the options, you're given Scrap Brain Zones music. There is a difficulty selection. I think all it does is remove some enemies in easy mode, and it might reduce boss fight hit counts, but I'm not sure. It might not though. But yeah, I think it removes some enemies from the levels though. Yeah, you can turn off the 10-minute timer. I think that is a good feature to have in 2D Sonic games. I know Sonic Mania for a while only had it on no save as an option, but then they added it as an option to save games as well, which was good. I mean, I personally leave it on because I'm never spending that long in a Sonic level these days anyway. Oh, that's the speed up button. But yeah, it's good that it has it. And you can swap your A and B button config around. And I'm using the European game, so I've got all the language options. And there's a sound test as well. You can listen to all the music. Which, yeah, includes Emerald Hill Zone 2-player from Sonic 2, which I believe is used in the multiplayer in this game. I've never played the multiplayer in the Sonic Advance games, because I've never owned a GBA. I have only ever played GBA games on DS's, like on my DS Lite and on my 3DS, so I've never been able to experience multiplayer in GBA. Actually, well, that's a lie. I have managed to experience multiplayer in GBA once or twice at a friend's house because he had 2 GBAs, and we tried out the like single cart play either in this or Pinball Party. But that's like the only time I've ever experienced GBA multiplayer. There's Scrap Brain. Starlight Zone's music in this? I can't remember. Might not be. Yeah, Sonic 1. Oh yeah, there is. There's Starlight Zone. And with this and Pinball Party, you have like half of Sonic 1's level themes recreated on the GBA, because Scrap Brain Zone has its music brought to Sonic Pinball Party, and Sonic Pinball Party's music style is very similar to Sonic Advance. I mean, okay, half of Sonic Pinball Party's Sonic tracks are just taken straight from Sonic Advance, but yeah, it has Scrap Brain Zone done in Sonic Advance's style, and honestly, all of the Sonic 1 all the Sonic 1 music ports in Advance and Pinball Party sound much nicer than the Sonic 1 port that had, you know, the Sonic Genesis. I think it's just boss fight music here. Yeah. Time attack. Yeah. That's the sound test. I guess the only other real feature other than, well, there's Time Attack, which is Time Attack, Versus, which I can't do, because I don't have a setup for it. There is the Tiny Shower Garden, which is basically made to replicate the, not replicate, but to be a replacement for the VMU functionality of the Sonic Adventure games. You can take your chow with you, like you could on the VMU, in a different format. And yeah, a few of the Sonic games on the GBA had this. This does, Sonic Pinball Party does, and Sonic Advance 2 does as well. But in Sonic Advance 2, you have to unlock it by getting like all the Chaos Emeralds as a certain character. Which, why? Why is it like that? It's you know, unlocked by default in Advance and Pinball Party. And no, what's the button to? Ah, yeah, press L and bring up a shop. Let's buy my Chower Trumpet, why not? Oh, you can't. You don't know how to play the trumpet very well, I guess. So yeah, your rings that you accumulate in the main game transfer to the Chower Garden. But you can also get rings by playing minigames in here. Now, I believe... Oh, whoops. So I believe this rock, paper, scissors game is in... As you always... So there's like a few minigames in the Tiny Chow Garden, and like... One of them is like... shared across all of the... yeah. Like, there's one that's shared across all the Advance game, or all the games that have it. And then there's like one unique to each game. I can't remember which one's which though. Oh no, this matching one might be the one that's the matching one might be the one that's shared across all of them. So I think rock, paper, scissors is the one that's unique to this game. Now I can't remember where any of these were, apart from those. No. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that was there, yep. No. Oh, that was there. Oh. Yeah, this rock paper scissors one is like kind of awkward. No. I never really got the hang of the rock paper scissors game here. Like, I think technically you can get like the two mini games in here. You can probably get like I think you can get a decent yield of rings from it, but I'm not very good at it. But yeah, one of the main reasons for this existing though is to connect to the GameCube Sonic Adventure ports, because on its own, Tiny Chow Garden doesn't do much. Didn't mean to buy that one. Oh, you didn't like that. No, too full for that? Okay, fair enough. I mean, as your child levels up, it can well, in some, or at least there. Ah, there we go. It can play a more complex tune like that. Not that that's much of a complex tune, but yeah. But yeah, there's not much to do with your chow here though. You basically just watch it walk around. Occasionally it will say something to you. There's no like chow racing or anything in the Tiny Chow Garden. It just exists to let you take your chow, because you can connect it to the GameCube Adventure ports. Because you can connect it up with the GBA link cable. So I think the Sonic games are some of the earliest to use that GBA link cable, GBA to GameCube link cable. But yeah, other than that though, there's not really much you can do. You can rename the chow. But yeah. 1 ton barbells are too heavy. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all you can really do. Now, the standalone release of Sonic Advance, I believe, at least in some regions, has a pretty horrific bug with the Tiny Chow Garden, where if you reset your save in Sonic Advance, the rings no longer transfer over to the Tiny Chow Garden until you, like, reach the amount of rings you had before you reset your save. Apparently that's fixed in like the Combo Cart re-releases, but I have never tried checking it because I don't want to lose my save. Yeah, I'm guessing. Obviously it's a bug, but I'm guessing like when it resets it doesn't doesn't reset some sort of counter for the Chow Garden rings or something. It's weird. Yeah, I think this is to try and teach you how to use rails, this demo here. I don't usually use that rail though, because I like to outrun the screen in that section. But yeah, I've kind of wrung all I can out of Sonic Advance. I played through it twice and poked around the Chow Garden. So I guess we'll finish a couple minutes early today. Yeah. Reboot my Stream Deck app. Yeah, man. Alright. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching, whether you've been here whole stream part of the stream chat alert, it is very appreciated. And yeah, that's Sonic Advance. I still love this game. It's very easy to go back and play. Very short. I forgot just how quickly I can get through it. Because obviously I know it's short, but I forgot just how quickly I can get through it. So yeah, that's it for Sonic Advance. So yeah, on Tuesday, we'll do PSO2 stuff. There'll be opportunity to showcase the current event stuff, because there was a limited time quest. I don't know if you guys have been on at all this week, well, since Wednesday. But yeah, there's a new limited time quest at the moment, and there is, I think, I don't know if it's a new urgent quest. It's an urgent quest I haven't done before in Steer, to do with which I think is new or new to me. But yeah, you get to show off a little bit of the anniversary stuff that's going on. So again, if you guys want to join for that, there's all the invitations always there. Yeah. But yeah, like one of the there's like an urgent quest that shows up in Steer when urgent quests happen. It's like called Happy Rappy Rumble or something. I don't know if it's new, but I haven't seen it pop up before. But it could just be that I've been unobservant. Yeah, I've been doing the limited time quest every day because it's part of the dailies. It gets you stuff, so you know, why not? But yeah, and so next week I'll be busting out the Wii remote, and yeah, we'll be playing. We'll be starting Sonic and the Secret Rings. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I can't remember how long Secret Rings is. And I'm glad that Secret Rings didn't start today, given my arm problems this morning. Thankfully, it went away after like sort of a couple of hours, and like one ibuprofen, and a couple of hours later, it went away. But yeah, that wouldn't have been good. So yeah, that'll be starting next week. Get ready for lots of Wii Remote action. It's going to be Skyward Sword all over again. Although Secret Rings did come first. But yeah, I think that is all I've got to say. And so I think... Oh, and we're doing the Minecraft, I think, stuff on Thursday, aren't we? As I told in Ben's chat earlier, I still need to download the stuff. I'll get that done before Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna end before the next ad happens. So once again, thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your night.